Certified Ethical Hacker Exam Prep 2026. Are you preparing for the CEH 2026 exam? Stay with me. I will make hard topics easy, step by step, so you can pass with confidence. This is just a part of the complete course. You can get the link in the description for the complete practice questions with explanations, which will help you get your certification. I have also put a link to my Udemy practice test and a special Etsy visual guide for those who like to see how things work with pictures. I will teach you in short steps, easy words. You read, then practice questions. For more exam drills, check my Udemy practice test. If you like diagrams, Etsy visual guide helps memory. Leave suggestions in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe. Section 1, Ethical Hacking Foundations, 2026 updated. In this section, we build your base from zero. Ethical hacking means testing systems with permission. You act like an attacker, but you help the owner. Before any test, written approval is required. Without permission, testing is illegal. CEH 2026 puts strong focus on laws and scope. Scope defines what you can test. IP ranges, apps, networks, time limits. Never go outside scope boundaries. There are 3 hacker types: white hat, black hat, gray hat. You must always stay white hat. Reconnaissance is the first phase. You collect public data about the target: emails, domains, IPs, technologies. Scanning comes next. You identify live hosts, ports, services. Tools like Nmap are common in exams. Enumeration extracts deeper details. Usernames, shares, system info. Vulnerability analysis finds weak points. Old software, misconfigurations, weak passwords. CEH 2026 adds focus on automation tools, AI-assisted scanners, and smart detection systems. Social engineering remains a top threat. Phishing emails, fake calls, impersonation. Humans are often the weakest link. Documentation is very important. Every step must be recorded. Reports must include risk level and fixes. Practice in labs, not real systems. Use virtual machines, isolated networks. For timed drills, try my Udemy practice tests. For visual learners, Etsy guides show attack flow. Now let's test your understanding. Section 1, Practice Questions, 2026. 1. What is ethical hacking? Testing systems legally to find security weaknesses. Ethical hackers simulate attacks, then report issues for correction. 2. Why is scope definition important? It limits what systems you can test. Going outside scope may cause legal and operational problems. 3. What is reconnaissance? Collecting target information before testing. It includes domains, emails, IPs, and technologies used. 4. What is active reconnaissance? Direct interaction with the target system. Examples include ping scans and port scans. 5. What is passive reconnaissance? Gathering info without touching the target. Uses public sources like WHOIS and social media. 6. What is enumeration? Extracting detailed system information. Includes users, groups, shares, and services. 7. Why is documentation required? To track actions and findings. Reports guide remediation and prove compliance. 8. What is vulnerability assessment? Identifying and classifying weaknesses. It prioritizes risks for patching. 9. What is penetration testing? Exploiting vulnerabilities to prove risk. It shows real attack impact. 10. What is social engineering? Manipulating people to reveal data. Includes phishing, baiting, impersonation. 11. What is footprinting? Mapping target digital presence. It reveals infrastructure and entry points. 12. What is rules of engagement? Testing guidelines and limitations. Defines methods, timing, and reporting. 13. What is risk rating? Severity level of a vulnerability. Helps prioritize fixes quickly. 14. Why use virtual labs? Safe environment for testing skills. Prevents legal and operational damage. 15. What is a final security report? Document listing findings and fixes. It guides organizations to improve defenses. Section 2, Networking and Protocol Security, 2026 updated. Networking is the backbone of ethical hacking. If you know traffic flow, you detect attacks faster. Start with OSI model. 7 layers, each with defined roles. CEH exams test layer mapping questions. TCP, IP model is practical implementation. Fewer layers, real-world usage. IP addressing is critical. IPv4 still dominant, IPv6 growing fast. 2026 exams include IPv6 attack vectors. Learn subnetting basics. Helps identify network size and segmentation. Ports identify services. 80 for HTTP, 443 for HTTPS, 22 for SSH. TCP is connection-based. Reliable delivery, ordered packets. UDP is connectionless. Faster, but no delivery guarantee. Three-way handshake appears often in exams. SYN, SYN-ACK, ACK sequence. Packet analysis is key skill. Wireshark helps inspect live traffic. DNS attacks are increasing. Spoofing, cache poisoning, tunneling. ARP poisoning allows man-in-the-middle attacks. Attackers intercept local traffic. Firewalls filter traffic. Stateful inspection is modern standard. IDS versus IPS is important topic. Detection versus prevention roles. Cloud networking basics added in 2026. Virtual networks, security groups. Practice packet labs daily. Use Udemy tests for timed network scenarios. Visual Etsy charts help remember port mappings. Now questions. Section 2, Practice Questions, 2026. 1. What layer is IP in OSI? Network layer. It handles addressing and routing. 2. What does TCP guarantee? Reliable, ordered delivery. Uses acknowledgements and retransmissions. 3. What is SYN flood? Overloading handshake requests. It exhausts server connection resources. 4. What is DNS cache poisoning? Injecting fake DNS records. Redirects users to malicious sites. 5. What is IPv6 advantage? Larger address space. Supports massive device growth. 6. What is port scanning? Identifying open services. Reveals attack entry points. 7. What is Wireshark used for? Packet capture and analysis. Helps detect suspicious traffic. 8. What is ARP poisoning? Faking MAC IP mappings. Enables traffic interception. 9. What is a stateful firewall? Tracks active sessions. Makes smarter filtering decisions. 10. What is IDS? Intrusion detection system. Alerts on suspicious activity. 11. What is IPS? Intrusion prevention system. Blocks detected threats automatically. 12. What is subnetting? Dividing networks into smaller segments. Improves security and management. 13. What is DNS tunneling? Sending data through DNS queries. Used for covert exfiltration. 14. What is traceroute? Shows packet travel path. Helps diagnose routing issues. 15. What is man-in-the-middle attack? Intercepting communication secretly. Attacker reads or alters traffic. Section 3, System Hacking and Malware, 2026 updated. Now we move inside systems. This section is exam-heavy, so focus well. System hacking begins after access. Attackers try to stay and expand control. Password attacks are first step. Brute force, dictionary, hybrid attacks. Credential dumping is modern focus. Tools extract stored passwords from memory. Privilege escalation follows. Attackers move from user to admin. Kernel exploits are tested in 2026. They abuse OS core vulnerabilities. Persistence mechanisms keep access alive. Startup scripts, registry keys, services. Backdoors allow silent re-entry. Even after password changes. Trojans disguise as safe software. Users install them unknowingly. Ransomware is major modern threat. Encrypts files, demands payment. Fileless malware is rising. Runs in memory, leaves fewer traces. Rootkits hide processes and files. Very difficult to detect. Log clearing hides attacker traces. Security teams lose evidence. System hardening prevents attacks. Patch updates disable unused services. Endpoint detection tools are now common. They monitor behavior, not just files. Practice malware labs safely. Use sandbox environments only. For exam drills, try my Udemy tests. For visuals, Etsy malware flowcharts help. Now questions. Section 3, Practice Questions, 2026. 1. What is credential dumping? Extracting stored passwords from systems. Attackers use them for lateral movement. 2. What is privilege escalation? Gaining higher system access. Moves attacker toward admin control. 3. What is ransomware? Malware that encrypts victim files. Payment demanded for decryption. 4. What is fileless malware? Malware running in memory only. Leaves minimal disk evidence. 5. What is persistence? Maintaining long-term system access. Uses startup or scheduled tasks. 6. What is a rootkit? Malware hiding deep in OS. Conceals processes and files. 7. What is log tampering? Altering or deleting logs. Hides attacker activity. 8. What is brute force attack? Trying many password combinations. Automated tools speed attempts. 9. What is lateral movement? Spreading across network systems. Uses stolen credentials. 10. What is kernel exploit? Attacking OS core vulnerabilities. Grants highest privileges. 11. What is endpoint detection? Monitoring device behavior. Detects suspicious activities. 12. What is Trojan malware? Malicious code disguised as safe software. Tricks users into installing it. 13. What is password salting? Adding random data to hashes. Prevents hash cracking tables. 14. What is system hardening? Strengthening system security settings. Reduces attack surface. 15. Why patch systems regularly? To close known vulnerabilities. Prevents exploit usage. Section 4. Web application hacking. In this section, we learn how websites get attacked and how to protect them. Web apps are common targets because they are public. Anyone can access them from a browser. We start with input fields. Login forms, search boxes, contact forms. If input is not filtered, attackers inject code. SQL injection is very common. Attackers send database commands through input fields. If validation is weak, data leaks out. Cross-site scripting, or XSS, is another risk. Attackers inject scripts that run in the user browser. This can steal cookies or session tokens. Learn about file upload attacks. If file checks are weak, malware can be uploaded. Always restrict file type and scan uploads. Session hijacking is also tested in exams. Attackers steal session IDs to act like the user. Secure cookies and HTTPS help stop this. Understand authentication flaws. Weak login logic allows brute force attacks. Add lockouts and multi-factor login. Use tools like Burp Suite and OWASP's app. They help intercept requests and test weaknesses. Practice in labs and safe test sites. Never test live sites without permission. If you want more web attack practice, check my Udemy Practice Test, link in description. For visuals, Etsy guide shows request flows clearly. Now practice questions. Section 4. Practice questions. 1. What is SQL injection? Sending database commands through input fields. Weak validation lets attackers run queries and access stored data. 2. What does XSS do? Runs malicious scripts in the victim browser. Scripts steal cookies, sessions, or change page content. 3. What is a session ID? A token that identifies a logged-in user. If stolen, attackers can act as that user. 4. Why use HTTPS? It encrypts data between browser and server. Encryption stops sniffing and session theft. 5. What is file upload filtering? Restricting file types, size, and content. It blocks malware disguised as normal files. 6. What is authentication bypass? Skipping login checks to gain access. Logic flaws let attackers enter without valid credentials. 7. What is brute force login? Trying many passwords until one works. Weak lockout rules allow repeated attempts. 8. What does Burp Suite do? Intercepts and edits web requests. Testers modify traffic to find weaknesses. 9. What is input validation? Checking user data before processing. Validation blocks harmful commands. 10. What is stored XSS? Script saved on server, then shown to users. Every visitor runs the malicious script. 11. What is reflected XSS? Script returned instantly in response. It runs when a victim clicks a crafted link. 12. Why secure cookies? To stop theft via scripts or sniffing. Flags like HTTP only reduce exposure. 13. What is OWASP? A group that shares web security knowledge. OWASP lists top web risks and fixes. 14. What is command injection? Running system commands via web input. Poor filtering lets attackers control servers. 15. Why test error messages? They may leak system details. Info helps attackers plan deeper attacks. Section 5. Wireless network hacking. Now we move to wireless security. Wi-Fi networks are everywhere: homes, offices, cafes. If weak, they are easy targets. Start with encryption types. WEP, WPA, WPA2, and WPA3. WEP is old and easily cracked. WPA2 is common, but weak passwords break it. Strong passphrases are very important. Learn about SSID broadcasting. Hidden SSIDs are not fully secure. Attackers still detect them. Study wireless sniffing. Attackers capture packets over the air. Tools like Wireshark help analysis. Evil twin attacks appear in exams. Fake hotspots trick users to connect. Then traffic gets monitored. Deauthentication attacks disconnect users. Attackers force reconnect to capture handshakes. MAC filtering is weak security. Attackers spoof MAC addresses easily. Use WPA3, strong passwords, and monitoring. Place routers securely and update firmware. Practice wireless labs using adapters. Understand channels, signal strength, interference. Try my Udemy tests for wireless exam drills. Visual learners use ETSI diagrams for signal flow. Now questions. Section 5. Practice questions. 1. What is WEP? An old wireless encryption standard. It is weak and can be cracked quickly. 2. What is WPA2? A stronger wireless security protocol. It uses better encryption than WEP. 3. What is WPA3? The newest Wi-Fi security standard. It improves encryption and authentication. 4. What is an SSID? The wireless network name. Devices use it to identify networks. 5. What is an evil twin? A fake hotspot that copies a real one. Users connect, and attackers monitor traffic. 6. What is deauthentication? Forcing users off a Wi-Fi network. It helps attackers capture reconnection data. 7. What is a wireless sniffer? A tool that captures Wi-Fi packets. It helps analyze traffic and find weaknesses. 8. What is MAC spoofing? Changing a device MAC address. Attackers bypass MAC filtering controls. 9. Why avoid weak Wi-Fi passwords? They are cracked by brute force tools. Strong phrases slow attackers greatly. 10. What is handshake capture? Recording login exchange data. Attackers use it for offline cracking. 11. Why update router firmware? It fixes security bugs. Updates close known vulnerabilities. 12. What is channel interference? Signal overlap causing weak connections. It reduces performance and reliability. 13. What is WPA2 Enterprise? Wi-Fi security using centralized authentication. It uses Radius servers for login control. 14. Why disable WPS? It has known security flaws. Attackers exploit WPS pin weaknesses. 15. What is signal jamming? Blocking wireless signals intentionally. It disrupts communication availability. Section 6, Cryptography Basics. This section explains encryption, in simple words. Cryptography protects data from unauthorized access. Start with plaintext and ciphertext. Plaintext is readable data. Ciphertext is encrypted data. Encryption converts plaintext to ciphertext. Decryption converts it back. Symmetric encryption uses one key. It is fast and used for bulk data. Examples include AES. Asymmetric encryption uses two keys: public key and private key. Used in secure communication. Learn about hashing. Hashes are one-way functions. You cannot reverse them easily. Passwords are stored as hashes. Salting adds extra protection. Digital signatures prove authenticity. They confirm sender identity. SSL and TLS secure web traffic. They use certificates and encryption. Understand key length importance. Longer keys mean stronger security. Use practice tests to memorize algorithms. Visual learners use Etsy crypto charts. More drills available in Udemy tests. Now questions. Section 6, Practice Questions. 1. What is plaintext? Original readable data. It is the input before encryption. 2. What is ciphertext? Encrypted unreadable data. It protects information from exposure. 3. What is symmetric encryption? Using one shared key. Same key encrypts and decrypts data. 4. What is asymmetric encryption? Using public and private keys. One encrypts, the other decrypts. 5. What is hashing? Converting data into fixed strings. Hashes protect passwords in storage. 6. What is salting? Adding random data to hashes. It prevents rainbow table attacks. 7. What is AES? A symmetric encryption algorithm. Widely used for secure data protection. 8. What is RSA? An asymmetric encryption algorithm. Used in key exchange and signatures. 9. What is a digital signature? Proof of sender authenticity. It verifies identity and message integrity. 10. What is TLS? Protocol that secures internet traffic. It encrypts communication channels. 11. What is a certificate? A file proving server identity. Issued by trusted certificate authorities. 12. Why use long keys? They increase encryption strength. Longer keys resist brute force attacks. 13. What is MD5 weakness? It has collision vulnerabilities. Different inputs can produce same hash. 14. What is CEH 256? A stronger hashing algorithm. Used in modern security systems. 15. What is encryption key management? Handling keys securely. Poor storage exposes encrypted data. To get the full course, check the description. You will find complete practice sets there. Udemy Practice Tests help you train under exam time. Etsy visual guides help you remember with images. Leave your suggestions in the comment section. It helps me improve future videos. And don't forget to subscribe.